All right, everybody, we are here today with Brett Osika. I'm super excited for this podcast. There's a couple of coordination difficulties with the time zones. That's kind of a funny thing. The time zones kind of mess us up a little. You mentioned there's like a big flood in Miami too, so like you couldn't access your computer or anything. So
It's
I
in
mean, here we are. Sorry.
I live in High Springs, Florida.
Okay. Okay. So either way, there's a big flood and prevented us from being here. It's almost like the universe is trying to work against this happening, but here we are despite the odds. So Brett, brother, I'm just gonna get you to give yourself a quick little introduction as to who you are, what you do, and give us a little backstory on yourself.
My name is Brett Osika. I'm 38 years old. Um, I do social media management, mass marketing, but we specialize in short form content. Uh, Originally from Chicago, moved down to Florida. Um, yeah,
Good stuff.
it's
So, elephant in the room here. I've seen on Twitter, of course, you do a lot of work with Fresh and Fit. These are people that I really like the platform of. I really like what Fresh and Fit does. Of course, like I've been somewhat in that network. I've never talked to Myron, but of course, I've done a podcast with Sneeko and Tristan Tate. Maybe made me the promise of 100K on Rumble, and you'll come on my podcast. So I'm trying to work myself into that network. But my question is to you: how did you end up meeting Myron Gaines and working with the Fresh and Fit crew? Because I think that's really cool.
all right. Well, what was it now? I think like 2.5 years ago. Yeah, it's about that long. Um, I had I first I started watching them, okay, and it hit me when I was, like I was going through a situation and whatnot with some chicks, and kind of opened my eyes to that. So I was like, how do I get to these guys? And I thought it out. And at the time, I was doing landscaping. Still have the landscaping business to this day, but I decided I wanted to get to them, and but I didn't have really anything to offer of value at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I started learning how to do like short form content and account management and all that type of shit. And hopped in the real world. Did that for it's been 2.5 years now. And then Fresh opened up the CEO network, and I hopped in there and started, just conversing with Fresh, doing videos, all that kind of stuff, and linked up with Myron through X through Fresh.
Yeah.
Um, yeah.
Awesome, bro. Yeah, it seems like you've been able to network really good. I always say this to people, like that's my biggest strength too is networking. It's not even like I'm the best speaker, although I've gotten a lot better, but it's like my ability to network with influential people that like I want to speak to, because so many people, they see their favorite YouTuber and they're like, I can never talk to this guy. This guy's way above me. It's all about just seeing them as another human, being like, okay, what could I provide to value? Like so many people are always like, how'd you interview Sneeko? I'm like, well, I joined his creativity kit. I paid the $50 a month. Like you join the CEO network. Sometimes you have to pay that money and then get in there closer, and then you're right there. And then it's just like, hey, let's do a podcast, and things happen.
So you mentioned you hadn't talked to Myron.
No, I haven't talked. Well, I
What?
talked to him on a Twitter space, but like I didn't
Yeah,
really
that's what I
talk
was
to him.
about to say. Like he's on Twitter Spaces all the time.
Yeah, I didn't actually talk to him though. It was like a Jacosta space. I was talking to Sneeko and Myron was in there. Like Myron was a speaker. He was listening when I was talking to Sneeko, but like he didn't say anything to me. He was listening to my words, but like he didn't say anything to me. So I don't know. That's a big goal of mine, is to get Myron on the podcast, or maybe vice versa in the future. Do you have any advice for me to like network with him?
Um, I'd probably wait it out.
Mm-hmm.
How? Well, I mean, really getting in those X spaces would probably be a good idea for you.
Yeah.
Just build a familiarity there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I think that's a really good idea, for sure. What tips would you give, I guess, to networking? Like I wanna in the future do like a networking course where I teach people how to network. Of course, I gotta build up my skills and talk to more people as well. But of course, like you're very successful at this. So what would your best tips be to networking with people?
Well, you brought up one of the ways, and that's, a lot of these guys have groups. Get
Mm,
in those groups. And at that point, then you need to probably provide value, um, bring something they can use,
mm, for
acquire
sure.
skills that they could use. Really anything. You'd want to figure out what they need, though.
Hmm. For sure. And what work is it exactly that you do for Fresh and Fit? I'm pretty sure you do like their social media, right? Like you do
I
short
do
form for them.
shorts,
Awesome. Good
and
stuff.
yeah, I run a couple non-disclosed Instagram accounts.
Yeah. Awesome, brother. Yeah, I saw they both got banned on Instagram, so I guess
Yeah,
like we got to make separate fan pages and then
I
pump it
don't
out.
I don't
Stuff like
put
that.
out those channels on on camera. It's like
Uh-huh.
they'll start getting banned and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's so weird how there's like zero free speech nowadays. Instagram's better. Like I see Andrew Tate's back on Instagram, not like his main account, but he's got another account that's like Cobra Tate, and it's got a blue check mark. So he's like somewhat back on Instagram. So Instagram's better. TikTok's terrible. YouTube's like not that great. So we need
TikTok's the
platforms like,
worst.
yeah, TikTok is the worst. You're right. So we need platforms like Rumble and Twitter to carry us through, I suppose. How's it going, Colleen? Good to see you. I see Kevin X in here too. I believe Kevin X had you on his podcast, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Good stuff. Okay, now to like pivot. I'm not sure how political you are. I want to hear your opinion on the Olympics. When they mock Christianity and they had that, I'm sure you saw that whole charade at the Olympics. It's something that like I feel needs to have more attention brought to it. So I was just kind of curious what you think about the Olympics charade.
It's absolute abomination. It's cuckery. Um, there's a lot of different things. It
I like
is.
that cuckery.
Yeah, I mean it is. I
Hmm.
mean, if you sit there and watch it and take it, it's you're cucked. Um,
Yeah, that's
I'm
true. That's a good point.
it- it's kind of it's the spiritual war being played out in front,
Mhm.
right out in the open now, and yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, it is a spiritual war. Everything is spiritual. Everything is energy, and even like recently, I've been feeling like some like negative energy on me. It's almost like the demons or whatever you want to say, negative spirits. It's like they're attacking because they see that I have this light inside, and they see that I have this potential to like be great. So it's almost like they try to get me down with like vices like boredom, sloth. Every single thing is an entity. Like, oh, I feel the urge to go up to the store and buy a chocolate bar, which I know is bad for me. Do you really want that chocolate bar, or is that like an outside entity that's like influencing you to go get that chocolate bar? Same thing with lust too. Like, do I really want to turn on this dirty website, or is that like an entity that's like trying to like manipulate my mind to turn on the website?
Don't do
Um,
porn. Don't
oh
watch
yeah, no,
porn.
no, no. That's like the worst thing that you could do, but like it's the hardest thing to quit. Recently I went on like 70 days without watching it, and then like nowadays I've been on and off. I like go a week without doing it, then a week with doing it. It's really hard to stop doing. It's probably the hardest addiction to stop, especially for young men. Maybe talk about that. Maybe talk about expose the porn industry because it's something that needs more attention.
I mean, it's definitely something that needs more attention, but uh, unfortunately, with um, the insatiable thirst that guys have for vagina, it's probably not going anywhere, especially with simps. Um, yeah, it's just something you need to have discipline.
Hmm.
You gotta just, yeah.
What is your opinion on simps?
Um, they're kind of fucking losers, man. It's like I couldn't imagine, but most
They are.
there's like a character they form, like the
Hmm.
non-ambitious, the it's just everything about them is lazy, it's gay. Probably the same people that are
Lazy,
gonna vote for Kamala Harris.
dude. You're clip farming right now. Yeah, lazy, gay, non-ambitious people that just want to like sit
It
there.
fits the mold. There's like a mold
Exactly.
of these fuckers.
Yeah, no, you're so right. That's so true. And yeah, it's funny that society like promotes this too so much. Like society just like normalizes the hell out of it. Like it's a normal thing to be watching porn. If you're not watching porn, you're the weird one. That's what they say. They say, "Oh, you're on semen retention, so you're weird. You're weirder than the people who are jerking off all day
You
every
just
day."
got to keep yourself busy, man. And
Mhm.
how old are you? 16?
16, yeah.
Jesus. How do you even have time to like watch porn?
Yeah, that's a good point. Now I gotta be more busy. The thing is, I do this podcast, I play baseball, and I have a job, and I also hang out with friends a lot. But still, in this summertime, like there's still a lot of downtime. So I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, got to do better
You're in
with
high
it for
school.
sure.
Are you in Canada?
Yeah,
I
I'm in
think I was
Canada.
seeing something about you living in Canada. How is that?
It's okay until you realize like who's in charge, and then you kind of start to like wonder
Flaming
about your
homosexuals, communists.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, you see who's in charge of the country, and then it kind of makes you think, so kind of makes you question the
Are you
leadership
on
for sure.
YouTube,
Yeah, I'm on YouTube too. I'm on everywhere. You're gonna get me in trouble, brother.
bro?
You gotta chill out, brother.
I
We're
didn't know
also
I
on
was on
Twitch too.
YouTube.
Yeah, no, this is on every single platform. It's on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, everywhere.
You can't bring Uncle Brett on fucking YouTube.
That's the first mistake. I should have warned you there.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I know, it's all good. They won't ban me for this. Like, there's no way. People say way worse things on YouTube, and they're fine. So we'll be all right.
It's a political
Um,
agenda.
yeah, it is. It is for sure. That's why sometimes on YouTube, like I'll just like switch to Rumble halfway through. Like I'll start it on YouTube and then be like, okay, we're going to Rumble now. But I don't know. It's good
It's
to
like
build all
watch
platforms.
the 16-year-old kids videos get age restricted.
Can't watch my own content.
Nice.
Yeah.
Homie can't even watch his own shit.
Yeah, no, that'd be quite something. Holy shit.
That'd be a good meme.
That would be a really good meme. That would be a really good meme. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, this is a funny one. So, of course, Fresh and Fit has the manager, Mr. Gary, the numbers guy. I wanted to hear what you think about Gary and all the numerology stuff.
I've seen a lot with Gary. He seems like a cool guy. I like
Mm-hmm.
him. As far as the numerology, I'm a Christian, but
Mm-hmm.
there is something funny going on in the Bible with numbers.
Yeah. Well,
So
like, is there really though?
I'm
Like, it's kind of just like,
open-minded to a lot of that
yeah,
stuff. I would be, but
yeah. A lot of people say that like numerology is like satanic and stuff. Like, I've heard that a lot. What do you think about all that? Comments.
are they Karens saying that?
No, it's like a lot of like I think Sneeko believes that numerology is like not good. A lot of people believe that. I don't think it's just Karens. I think like a lot of people like something about I couldn't even tell you, but something about numerology is like has something to do with like contacting evil spirits. Now the thing is, like today's supposed to be like a day of money because like today's the 8th, right? But like I've not
Right.
made any bread yet, so
Really?
isn't the money just like supposed to come
What
flying
time
in on
is
the
it where
8th?
you're at?
It's 4:27 for me.
PM?
Yeah,
And you haven't made any money yet?
no.
Fuck.
Brother, we're still on the come
It's
up.
fun.
Now the thing is, I have made like close to $1,000 this month. Today's just like not been a money making day. I'm gonna go mow a lawn. I'm gonna go mow my neighbor's lawn after this podcast. So make some money after that. You got to remember too. 16
Yeah, you're
years old on the
16.
come up.
Does
Exactly. Yeah.
does your um does your dad have like lawnmowers and shit that you could use?
Yeah. He's got a lawnmower.
Dude,
Yeah.
you should hit everyone in the damn neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I do.
Do
Hmm.
you live in like a subdivision with houses close by?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hit it.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm doing right after this podcast. And maybe I'll be able to charge them extra money since today is like numerologically the day of money. You never
What
know.
is it? So money, it's number 8.
Yeah,
Is that
so
what you're saying? So
it's the 8th of August, and then August is the 8th month, and then it's 2024, which is an 8 year.
charge
So
everyone $53 or something.
yeah, no, I think it's
$71.
I personally think it's like this there's some truth to it, but it's also pretty ridiculous. I don't know. To each their
I
own.
don't know. There are a hell of a lot of coincidences with numbers. And I don't
Hmm.
like, and after long enough, do you really see it as coincidence? But I don't know. There's definitely a lot of numbers in the Bible.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, and I
a
see like
lot of those numbers,
111 all the time. Like I
they
see
like
111,
repeat
333,
constantly.
like 11,
So
11 too. Yeah, yeah, no, for sure, brother. Okay. This is a question I wrote down. Do you know if Myron actually believes in numerology, having Gary as his manager, or do you think Myron's just like he has his manager separate from like his manager's beliefs?
yeah, I don't think he does,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like a, I don't know. They probably don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it separate from like everything that's
Right.
going
Yeah.
on. Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Yeah, 100%. So, to transition to another question now, what do you think about like all the stuff that's like pushed in schools with like, the LGBTQ agenda? Now, I haven't seen any of this. People always ask me if it's bad in my school. It's not like I don't really see it much in my school, but like what do you think about that being pushed in other schools?
I think it's absolutely disgusting. I don't see like hmm. I don't see why like 6-year-old kids would ever have to even hear about sex, let alone the radical shit they're pushing now. Like there's no place for it in schools with kids. I don't see that as like something that should exist. Like why the
Mm-hmm.
hell? Like why are kids learning about this shit?
Mm-hmm.
And you hear it get younger and younger. I mean, back when I was sex education, I think was like 5th or 6th grade. So we were about 10. Yeah, it definitely got younger and younger.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
Yeah.
I've
No,
seen a
it is
bunch of
wild.
books that need to be burned.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, my brother, we have basically like blown through all the questions I have. You answered every single question pretty quickly. So, is there anything else that you would like to bring up regarding this podcast?
What are some of your plans for the future? Obviously, the podcast.
Mm. Yeah, so I want to keep doing this. Like you probably see on my Twitter, Tristan Tate told me when I reach 100,000 followers on Rumble, he will come on my podcast, which is like a really big goal that I have. Sneeko keeps telling me that like, oh, you're not gonna get 100,000. So basically, I'm just driven to prove Sneeko wrong, and show him that it can be done, God willing. Here's my thing, bro. Is like anything's possible with God. Even the things that seem the most impossible are possible when you have Jesus Christ in your heart. So
I
yeah.
think him saying that you'll never make it is actually more help than it hurts.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because it's just like pissing me off. It lights the
Right.
fuel.
Like him
Yeah, like there's
saying, "Oh, you'll get there," is that's kind of
it's
weak.
like it's corny, it's weak. Yeah, there's two types of people who like respond to criticism. One type just like balls up and oh, he said I'll never make it. Oh, boo hoo. And then
Right.
there's the
Right.
other type of person that's like, fuck you, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna prove you wrong. And that's the type of person that you have to be in life if you want to be a winner.
Right.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably more help than
Hmm.
anything.
Yeah, exactly. Did you ever
Just use
have
it.
people or sorry, I'll guess I'll bring this back. When you were my age, did you know what you wanted to do with your life or were you kind of like just like floating around just seeing like what pops out? Like did you have like a clear direction?
Bro, I don't know if I want to put this out there, but when I was your age, I was uh I was hooked on drugs.
Yeah. Let's hear about
Yeah.
it.
Huh?
Let's hear about it.
I don't know if I want to go too far into that hole.
No, but like you got to think though, like there's people listening. That's an inspirational story. Maybe there's people watching this that are dealing with the same thing and you could help them out.
I mean, shit, it lasted till I was about 15 to 27,
Mhm.
28. Yeah.
Yeah. What type of drugs were you doing?
It was opiates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
How
that's some shit.
yeah. How did that come about? Like, how'd you end up going down that path?
Um, hmm. I had a friend whose older brother was on the shit, and yeah, it just hit, and I was like, what the fuck? As
Mhm.
soon as I took it too, it was like it was kind of fucked up, but yeah. So that's a
Yeah.
hole you never want to go down.
Yeah. Exactly. What did it feel like when you first took it? Like, describe the feeling. Like, describe how it could be like so addicting to like persuade people to never do it.
It's You see, that's the fucked up part about it, because like the feeling it was, I mean, it feels good. That's why you do it,
Mhm.
but it's also probably the worst thing you could do with your life at a
Mhm.
young age.
Yeah.
Because at the time you're doing it, you have no idea what the fuck you're even doing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And then it
wild.
buries you. Not a whole lot of people ever get off.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah. So how did you get off?
um, I just chose to one day. I actually had a crazy event. I overdosed and I was pretty close to death. And I just decided, I came out of that and I was like, I can't do this shit. It's gonna
Hmm.
kill me. So I decided to get off.
Hmm.
And that was some of the hardest shit too. Like getting off is fucked.
Yeah.
Like the withdrawals and just the body aches. You're a fucking mess for a good like 2, 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've heard stories of people that are like getting off heroin and stuff too. It's like they got the cold sweats, they can't sleep for like a long time. Yeah. Well,
Get used
props
to
to
the
you.
fetal position.
Yeah. Yeah, so props to you for being able to overcome that. I think that builds your character too. Like it definitely strengthens who you are as a person. Being able to say like I went through this thing that like so many people they fall into that hole and then they end up on what's called Pandora Street in my city, which is like the street where like all the homeless heroin addicts go to. A lot of people they start like you and then they end up on Pandora Street. So props on you for being able to overcome that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
appreciate it. It is what it is. I consider it really, honestly, I kind of thank God for that time of my life.
Mhm. What was like the biggest thing that you learned when you were going through this about like life and about the world?
Hmm. Interesting. It's a good question. Um, hmm. Take risks.
Yeah.
I mean, like taking drugs is a risk, obviously, but
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
it fucked up my risk assessment to where now I can take a risk,
Mhm.
and it's like not a big deal.
Yeah, like
Fuck it,
compared to
not a
like
big
what
deal.
you were doing. Uh-huh.
Right. So that's
Yeah.
probably it fucked with my risk assessment a little bit.
But do you think that that helped you out having that fuck with your risk assessment? Because
No
success
risk,
is all
no
about risk.
Ferrari.
Yeah. No, that's true. What's the biggest risk that you took that ended up paying off big?
Um, Mainly money bets, but hmm, not really sure. How's your risk assessment?
It's pretty good. I mean, like, jumping into that Sneeko thing, a lot of people, they wouldn't do that because 'cause they'd be like, "Oh, what if I get rejected?" Like, a lot of people are scared to, like, do the type of stuff that I do, like, reaching out to people, like, "Oh, what if this person doesn't like me? What if the internet doesn't like me?" I've basically gotten to the
Man,
point where
fuck
I
the
could, like
internet.
e exactly. Like, people could say whatever they want in the comments,
Yeah,
of course. Like, I love and appreciate the support, but anybody who's, like, hating in the comments, like, I just gotten to the point where, like, it just doesn't even register in my brain as, like, something that I should worry about. And it's just like, okay, on to the next thing. Like I don't let that phase me.
they're probably
I think
fags anyhow.
you can't say that on YouTube, brother. Hey, YouTube,
Oh,
if you're watching, hey, if you're watching YouTube, I don't know this guy. All right, I don't support anything
who
he's
is
saying.
this
Okay,
guy?
yeah, like who is this Brett Osika guy? Yeah. So YouTube, please forgive me. Um, where was I just at? Oh shoot. Um, but yeah, yeah, I almost don't register like hate comments is like I think it's because I've been doing YouTube for so long now. Like I've been doing this for like 3, 4 years. So it's almost like I've gotten like a thick skin about it. And there's way more positivity in my comment section than negativity. So I just look at that instead, I guess.
I can't see the comments. That
On
probably
here?
helps.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no hate comments on this stream right now yet. So
Just give it a minute. There's a couple people gonna be stumbling across this shit that get fucking triggered.
oh yeah, no. When I take clips of this and post on Instagram, there's definitely gonna be people who disagree. Because like on Instagram, I will get like a couple of like tens of thousands of views, and out of that many people, like you're gonna get people that hate for sure.
Oh God, yeah. Like
Yeah.
I've had a couple clips. Like when I was on one of the dating podcasts for Fresh and Fit, I made a clip, and people kept calling me old and shit.
Hmm. How
It's
old
like
are
I'm
you?
38 years old.
Okay. When were you born?
1986.
1986. Let's see what Chinese astrology you are.
Oh, what the
19
fuck? It was May
1980.
12th, 1986.
Okay, so you're born the year of the tiger, so like the same as like Andrew Tate and Sneeko.
Really?
That's good. Yeah, so it means like you have like somewhat of a aggressive personality, which like helps you.
People would say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you consider yourself to be an aggressive person?
It depends really on the moment.
Mhm.
Eh, I've probably come off as aggressive before when it was not good, but
Mhm.
eh, over time you learn when to be aggressive and when not to be. It's part of growing in social skills.
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure. Exactly. And the thing is there's so many people who like can't channel that version of aggression. Like you have to be able to tap into that aggression because if you can't tap into that aggression, you're going to be just a pushover in life. Like you have
Yeah.
to be able to get angry, you know? You have to use anger as a tool sometimes. We got a comment here that says, "I love your attitude, Tyson. Don't ever quit." Thank you very much. See, positivity like that is very nice. So God
Yeah,
bless
yeah.
you.
Don't quit.
Yes,
I don't think you're
yours
gonna get
eight.
100K either.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna prove you wrong then. Okay. You don't think I'm gonna get 100K? Watch me get 100K. Okay. I'm gonna be sitting on Fresh and Fit after I've interviewed Tristan Tate, talking about my big story, my success story, how I went from 0 to 100K on Rumble, and you're gonna be watching there, proven wrong, brother. All right.
Hey, go for it, man.
It is a lot of followers though, but hey, like I said, with God, anything's possible. So
Rumble is tough.
yeah, it is.
That's a tough place.
Yeah, Rumble is tough to grow. It really
They
is.
need shorts.
Oh yeah, if Rumble had shorts, like it'd be way easier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shorts
Rumble.
are what build the followings.
Yeah, no, Rumble 100% needs shorts. Like I had a reel on Instagram get like 9 million views, and now I'm up to like 25K on Instagram. So just one
Yeah.
video, and 25,000 followers. So
I think my
um,
biggest video I ever made was for Fresh.
yeah, you said it got like 15 million, right?
Yeah, when it
Yep.
fucking the account banned. You know
Yeah.
how pissed I was? I felt like I was more pissed than Fresh.
Yeah.
Because like I wanted that screenshot of the 20 million
Mhm.
so fucking bad,
Mhm.
but fucking hacker bastards. The guys that
Yeah.
did it got locked up.
Really?
Yeah, I saw it on this. Myron and Fresh were talking about it last night. I was
Wow.
like, yeah, fuck that son of a bitch.
So the people that got fresh banned on Instagram were
Yeah, it's
arrested.
weird. It's kind of like a long story, but I guess people they it's like an extortion ring
Mhm.
where it's
Wow.
like they'll ban your account and be like, hey, if you give me 20K, I'll put it back. And then they
Wow.
just keep taking the bitch down.
Wow, that's terrible. How does Instagram not prevent that? Like, is Instagram like retarded? Like, how do how does
They have
Instagram
some of
like
the
let that
most
happen?
they have some of the worst fucking security for a $1 billion platform.
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Mind blowing.
ridiculous. Yeah. Yours 8243 says he will prove you wrong, Brett. LOL. So yeah, even my
I'm
followers
cheering
say that
for
you're
you.
wrong. Mhm.
I just
Yeah.
don't want to, you know,
Mhm.
don't get comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. You can never get comfortable. Never, for sure. Um, okay, I think we might wrap this up here. Kevin X says thanks, Zuck the cuck.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. Okay, let's hope that this interview stays on YouTube. Thank you very much for coming on.
You're gonna get age restricted.
Hey, age restricted as a 16-year-old. Where can people find you?
Dude, oh, you can find me on Instagram at Brett Osika
Hmm.
and or on X at the Brett Osika. I got locked out of my original account, so
Hmm.
that's why the Brett Osika. It was just Brett Osika. But yeah, find me there.
How many followers did you have when you got banned or locked out?
Oh shit, not many. This was like
No.
way back in the day,
Okay.
like when
Yeah.
Twitter
Well.
started, damn near. I'm old.
Yeah. Well, now you got the Myron Gaines follow, which is really big. So, do you think if I talk to Myron Gaines in the spaces, like I could get the follow from Myron or what? Do you think you'd follow me back? You never know.
Um, you're gonna have to do more than I don't know.
Yeah. You never know. Possible. Possible.
I would talk to him more in the spaces though. Get up there and talk.
For sure. I think that's really good advice.
You got to build familiarity.
Yeah, for sure. All
I've
right,
seen him
Brett.
get tight. Oh, never mind.
Sorry, go ahead. I was just
I've
about
seen
to.
him get tight with a couple people on X just
Uh-huh.
from the spaces.
Yeah.
So
I feel like you would like me too. I feel like you'd like my drive and ambition, so you never know.
he'll
All
probably
right,
tell
Brett.
you you're not going to hit 100K too.
Motherfucker. Well, I guess I'll be sitting on his podcast looking him dead in the eyes and saying
Hey,
you were wrong, you know?
go for it. Good
Exactly.
shit.
All right. God bless you, Brett. Thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. This has been a very fun time. So have a great rest of your day.
Take it easy. Don't watch porn.
Exactly. Let's go, baby. You guys heard it out there too. Everybody watching, don't watch porn. It's from the devil.